land in our African context or in Kenya mostly is either my father's land, so I can live on this land as my father's land, or it's either my husband's land, but it doesn't belong to me directly.
So we work with the poorest of the poor. These are the farm workers who are living in the hacienda. When we say haciendas, these are sugar plantations. So these families are basically from birth to death have a very close relationship with the landowner, and it's a very feudal relationship. So they don't know what's the law on agrarian reform. They don't know what's happening. The information depends on what the landowner says.
GLTN stands for the Global Land Tools Network. It's a unit formed within UN Habitat, which is an organization UN dealing with shelter, mostly with shelter issues, but also with land tenure questions more generally. The GLTN, as its name says, is a network of organizations, about 40 organizations, that are members and meet periodically and exchange ideas about what's to be done, what can be done to usefully deal with land tenure problems. And that's where the emphasis on land tools is. GLTN tries to produce examples of activities or solutions to land problems of different types.
So my organization is making a change in one, creating awareness. First, educating women to understand that they have right to ownership, because women don't know. As much as our law provides for women inheriting land, for women being able to own and control land, the women do not know. The other thing my organization is doing is actually assessing what does the law say on women and land ownership. Is it happening on the ground? If it's not happening, what are the issues? But this is a grassroots way of people going through the issues, understanding the in-depth and the magnitude of the problem, and being able to share among themselves, even if they will not be able to document, but then they can share and make a change in their life. So this is what my organization does.
The work we are doing is related to land, housing, in different aspects. One of the aspects is related to the training and the participation of the grassroots women in all the process to get the land tenure. And also the housing construction programs through the technologies of seismic and resistant construction is related to the women in housing, in how to secure the land and housing.
You know, housing rights is a new issue to us. 6 years ago, housing rights is a brand new issue to women. We don't know what is housing rights. We don't know our rights. And when we heard that the government is modernizing the train, we were kind of frantic. Our people's organization, our partner women organizations started asking us and urging us to create a housing program so that the issue of mass evictions would be addressed. And then that's the start of our campaign.
Well, land is the basic resource for more than 80% of the Mozambican population. So having access to land, having access to natural resource, then it makes clear that people can improve their lives. So land is the base where everything is. Not all natural resources for us are based on the land. So if the local community are not have access to land, then they will lose everything.
So land literacy has become very powerful tool, and under this we have apparently organized more than 280 organizations in one particular state in India.
Right to land is basically linked to right to food. So therefore, these are very interrelated rights. And for us in the Philippines, right to land is guaranteed under the Constitution. Part of the Constitution is basically to address the social justice component, which is not happening. So therefore, the legal parameters is there, the laws, the statutes, the constitutional provisions are there, but it's not being implemented. So the strategy is basically to empower these people to assert their rights and pressure the government to implement this program.
Now one of the priority issues of the Land Tools Network is the phenomena of land acquisition, some say land grabbing, where national and international investors are acquiring land for agricultural production or for forestry or for tourism. And this then oftentimes affects land that may not be legally owned but is occupied by land poor families. And so there's a danger of conflicts and confrontations if these existing de facto land rights are not dealt with properly.
It's a complex organization because we operate at the global level with networks, but we have created campaigns where grassroots groups can operate on the ground. So for us, we like being in the GLTN because we think it's one of the first places in the UN that's taken seriously the role of grassroots and has opened up a space, as we could see here, where grassroots themselves could actually be sitting at the table with the researchers, with the planners, with the UN staff. And it's really the first one that I've seen.
Moyoni baba orami kangona. Moyoni baba kangona mubenyi.